Hey everyone, let me read all the comments. I know. I know. Let me get the microphone up a little better. Yes, Stephen, I know this song is so depressing. Um, and Richard said the same thing. Um, but I know it's a sad song. Hey everyone, I'm so glad you're on. So I'm assuming everyone can hear me okay. If you can't, just let me know. I know it's a sad song, so I thought we would end with something happy. We're going to do something a little different right at the very end, just to liven things up. But it's such a beautiful song, so I did want to do it. Yes, Mary Rose, I like Judy Bressler's voice too. She's the singer in the conservatory band, the Klezmer Conservatory Band. So we have a few minutes. Hi everyone. Elliot, Henry, everyone. Tom, Michael. Hey, Aya. Hi, Anne. Nice to see you again. From Belgium. 'More. Okay, we have about 3 minutes. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Abigail, if I didn't already say hello. Hey, Danielle from Las Vegas. It must be hot out there. It's really hot in upstate New York. It must be incredibly hot in Las Vegas. Hi, Rachel. A 100 degrees. Ay. Hi, Stephen. Weeding the blueberries. Yes, I know it's blueberry season. I'm just going to grab some water. I'll be right back. Okay, it's 1 o'clock, so let's get started. So it's been kind of nice having a break, but I have really missed doing this. I have to say that the first Sunday after our last lesson was like, oh my gosh, what what's wrong with today? So it's really, really nice to be back. I think the third Sunday of every month seems to work, for now at least. So the next one would be August 16th. There are actually 5 Sundays in August, but we'll just stick to the third Sunday. So that's August 16th. And I was thinking about doing it as a Zoom instead of like this. We don't have to, but I would be curious to know your thoughts on it. And what I was thinking is we could do one of two things, or we could do both, which is we could do it like this, where, we could teach a lesson, or I could teach a lesson, or I mean, we could do a specific set tune and we could all kind of work on it. Or you could each play a little bit like last Zoom that we did. So everybody gets to play and sort of share what they want, and we could kind of do a lesson. So we could kind of make it a hybrid. Anyway, if you have strong feelings one way or the other, let me know or share it, and then we can go from there. I'm perfectly happy to just keep doing this, alternate. Yeah. You mean do both on a Zoom session, and August 16th would be a Zoom. Okay, cool. I think we'll try it. And the thing about Zoom is, first of all, if you don't want to play, you don't have to. If you don't want to be seen on camera, you don't have to do that either. You just turn off your camera. So it's fine. Like nobody has to feel like they're on the spot or anything like that. Anyway, so now I said in my email the first email last night or whatever, that we had no backing track. And then Simon from the UK was kind enough to make a backing track to Papirosn. So we have that, and I will put it on Facebook. But if you're not on Facebook and you would like the backing track, just email me and I'll send it to you. And Simon, I'll talk to you about the speed. Maybe we can make it just a little slower. I know you said you made it on GarageBand, but we can mess with that. Oh, hi, Lawrence. I didn't even see that you were on. You haven't been Larry. You like to be called Larry. Yes. So Larry hasn't been on for a while because I think there was something with your finger. But anyway, it's all healed, and it's wonderful that you're back to join us with such a sad song. So, yes, so I sent the lyrics because it will inform how you play the song. So, I know it's very sad, but let's read a little. I'll read just a little bit. And it's about a little boy who was an orphan in the streets, and the only way he can make money is by selling cigarettes. And Papirosn in Yiddish is cigarettes. And he's trying to sell the cigarettes, but it's in the rain. But it's raining. So the cigarettes are wet and the matches are wet, and nobody's buying the cigarettes. And the night is cold, all around is dark. A boy stands there, looks around, only a wall protects him. And the boy says, I no longer have the strength left to walk the streets. I'm hungry, disheveled, wet from the rain. I schlep around from the day's beginning. Nobody wants to do business with me. They all laugh and make fun of me. And in Yiddish, it's lachen von a Spatz, laughing like I'm a joke. So, and then the chorus is, Kupitje, kaufje Papirosn. Please, a kaufen in Yiddish is to buy. Please buy the cigarettes. And and then he says, and he goes on, and if nobody buys anything from me, Oisgen will ich müssen wie a Hund. A Hund is dog in Yiddish. Oisgen will ich müssen wie a Hund. I'll die like a dog in the streets. And it's just incredibly sad. And, you know, it's a little overly, I don't have the Yiddish in front of me, Mary Rose. You know, I mean, it's a little overly dramatic and overdone, but it's also still, I hate to say it, kind of true. You know, there are still young children in the world that are suffering, and it's a terrible, terrible thing. So this song still has relevance. It was an incredibly popular song when it came out. Let me see if I have the Yiddish. Excuse me, one moment. So just a tiny bit of the Yiddish here. A kalte Nacht, a neppeldicke, finster Tum, steht a jinger Lehr vertreuet, unkut sich herum. Von Regen schützt im Norrawand, a Koschegel halt in Hand, und seine Augen beten jeden Sturm. That's the first verse. Okay, so why don't you look at the scale. We'll play the scale together in a minute. I'm just going to see, because there might be a new person on, and I just want to make sure they're okay. 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 Excuse me for 1 second. Ben, upstairs are my those little round things that I can put on. Can you bring them down? Because my computer is getting hot. Okay, my computer is getting warm, so I have to cool it down. All right, so I'm just going to play a little bit before we do the scale together, and I'm going to do in the high register. And just so you hear, don't play together. It's really a song to cry with. So, and thank you. And just replying to Stephen's comment, yes, I think a lot of the tempi are fast. And in fact, I was going to say that I did find a backing track on YouTube, but it's a tango. Like, I just can't wrap my mind around that. You know, this is not really a dance tune. It doesn't have to be incredibly maudlin, but it's not, you know, yay, da, da, da. It's not that kind of thing. And so just, you know, we can experiment with how to make the most out of the melody and bring out the text, even though we're going to do it as an instrumental. So the key is in B minor, and low register we're going to try B natural minor. So let's try bar 36, and we'll do it kind of articulated, like yum, bum, bum. Bar 36. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have C sharps and F sharps. Now, if we do it in high, I made one alteration in the high. which is I made it harmonic minor, so we have those A sharps, because it's going to come into play in the melody. So here is bar 44. One, and we can do this slurred. 1, 2, 3, and. So let's try the beginning of the tune, low register, and take the second ending, and then we'll go back and we'll work on it. Here we go, the beginning, bar 1. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. The first thing that I would say about this is that the rhythm doesn't have to only be in eighth notes. So if we want to free ourselves from the printed page, and what that does is that just brings you to a much deeper place with the music. You sort of, you become one with the music, and you also become one with the audience more when you do that. But one way that we can do it is by changing the rhythm. And my feeling is that if you free yourself from the printed rhythm, if you free yourself in one arena of the part, you free yourself in other arenas. So today at this part, we're going to work on freeing ourselves from the printed rhythm. And then you'll see how that will bring in inflections. It will bring in all sorts of things very organically. The first thing we can do is not play straight eighths. We can, it's not printed, but instead of, we can go, yai, die, 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 long, short, even, like a dotted eighth and a 16th on the first beat. Let's try that, bar 1, changing the rhythm of the first beat into a dotted eighth and 16th. 1 and 2. Again, keep going. Another thing you can do is you can look in bar 5, 2 before A, and we can change the rhythm of the second beat. So we can go di-ya-da-da, long, short, short, long. Try bar 5 with that rhythm. Ta, 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 ta. Here we go. 1, 2 before A. 1 and 2. And eventually, it just becomes, you sort of pick and choose, and it flows very naturally. In classical music, this isn't exactly rubato, but we're freeing ourselves from the beat. We're sort of slowing down and then catching up, and slowing down and catching up. Let's play the second half, the second part of the tune, letter B. And we'll play it together. We'll take the second ending, B and C. We'll take the second ending, and you're going to hear me play around with these rhythms. You can too right away, rather than just following the straight eighths. But see what comes naturally. Here's letter B. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And letter B is the chorus. Letter B is where he's saying, Kupitje, kaufje, kaufje Papirosn. Please buy the cigarettes. Please, please. So he's pleading, and if you're trying to convey pleading instrumentally, it's one thing to go. It's another thing to go. It would be like saying, Kaufje, kaufje, kaufje Papirosn. But if you do this, Kaufje, kaufje, kaufje Papirosn. So in the same way that you wouldn't speak it flat, you don't want to play it flat. And I don't mean flat in pitch. I mean play it with all you got, all you got. Let's try from the beginning, and we'll just take the second ending both times and see how many of these little rhythmic changes you can add. Feel very free. 1, 2, the very top. 1 and 2. Sorry. Go on. Okay, I made a few little changes there. Good. Let's try the high version now. And what I did with this is I took Alan's suggestion and I kept the letters the same according to the phrases. So the letter A or letter AA is the same as letter A, the phrase. So if you don't want to play in the high register, you can, just continue in the low register, and I'll work with the letters so you have a sense of that. Okay, so we're going to start in bar 52, and before we do that, I just want to make sure we've got one thing covered, which is for clarinetists, not for concert pitch instruments, but for clarinetists, we're going to have a lot of these B, C sharps going over that break. So there's a lot of B, C sharp, D. So let's try that together. B, C sharp, D in the high register. 1, 2, ready, and. Now we're going to have a lot of A sharps in this because it's, harmonic minor in certain parts of the tune. So we're going to have B, A sharp, which is like B flat, to G. So it's A sharp, G. So let's try B, A sharp, G. Now let's try the tune in the high register if you want, or stay in the low register. And if you feel comfortable changing some of the rhythms, you can start with that right away, and then we can read some of the other things that I notated. So here's bar 52. 1, 2, ready, and. Let's look at bar 54. It's 1, 2, 3 before double A. And you can see on the lower staff, the alternate version, instead of straight eighths, instead of, I have, and then I have triplets. And triplets in the next two bars, triplets are really the way to plead. Really, triple it, really pleading. So here is 2 before double A, the bottom staff. 1, 2, starts on a high D, ready, and. So let's try 52, and if you can play the lower staff, try and do that and really infuse it with as much pathos as you can. Here is the beginning of the tune in the high register if you want. 1, 2, ready, and. So you can hear what I did a little bit in terms of sliding. If we're going to a next bar that has the same note in the previous bar, like 61 and 62, 62 and 63, you can just dip the pitch at the end of the bar into the next bar. So you're not using your tongue. You're just wah, 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 wah. And we do that with our throat and our tongue position and our soft palate. And it doesn't have to be a lot. The main thing is that you want to arrive on pitch at the beginning of the next beat, at the arrival beat. So you don't want to sort of be under the pitch when it's the new beat. See how I landed? Right at the tap, I'm back on pitch. Just a little bit. Later on, I think I have maybe some grace notes there. But just begin to feel free. And as you're freeing yourself with the rhythm, it gives you a chance to do all these ornaments. That's another reason why I like this tune on the slower side, so that you have more time to inflect. So now let's try the chorus. This is double B. And I wrote cry because really you really have to cry. Here is double B, and you're free to play the lower staff if you want, or we can just or just start with the high staff, and and then we'll talk about the alternate version. Double B. 1, 2, 1. took the first ending. We're going to go back to double B. Let's look at the third bar of double B. So instead of straight eighths, I have ta-ta, ta-ta-ta. Try that, third bar of double B. 1, 2. And now in bar 74, if you play the upper staff, just the straight eighths, really lean and then come away like yeah, 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 yeah. Or you can do the alternate version, which is so I'm using A sharp to the open D, which is no fingers, you're overblowing open G, and then to a B. And I'm actually not doing this as a correct, I'm actually slurring it all. And I'm playing the two grace notes before the beat. So it's da ha ha, da ha ha, da ha ha. And when you hit the B, you're going to fall on it, just like that little sign, that downward sign. So it's da ha, da ha. 1, 2, this is the fifth of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth of double B. Bar 74 on the bottom staff. 1, 2, here we go. And Mary Rose asked, might I consider a correct on the B in measure 76? Yeah, you could. Sure, you could do that. I like to do a little funny thing. I have an arrow going up to the B in bar 76, and this is how I like to play it. So I'll go from 74. Like anticipate that B, kind of jump to it. And then, you really have to have a steady beat going so that when you're playing around with these rhythms, you don't get completely off, but you're kind of over the beat, behind the beat, in front of the beat, and it's all okay as long as you're still feeling the steady beat. So I like to sort of anticipate that B, and I do it again later too. I have the arrow later on too. So let's try now 74, lower staff. See if you can do some of those things. 1, 2, bar 74, 1 and 2. And now if we go on at CC, at double C, I do the same thing here. I anticipate that C sharp. So the notes are F sharp, C sharp, right? So it's D, D, ya, ya. And again, the second bar of CC, you have to, if you're going to dip in the bar before, you have to land on it, in time, the arrival. So let me just play double C. I'll play the lower staff just so you hear what I notated. Etc. I just put in a few little grace notes, and I hear all these grace notes as being before the beat. So and since the grace notes start on the same note as the last note of the previous bar, you have to tongue the first note of the grace note, the first of the grace notes, right? Right? And then it just goes on. Just take a very quick look. The second ending, 2 bars from the very end at the bottom, instead of straight eighths, you can always put in some triplets with neighboring tones. And we have a little bit of awkwardness, I know, with those C sharps and Bs. But let's try the second ending at the very end of the piece, bottom staff. So you try those triplets. 1, 2, 1, and 2. Okay, so take a look at some of these little ornaments. I'm just going to double check that everybody's okay and nobody's trying to get on. I think we're good. Okay, we're good. The tune seems to have occasional similarities to Those Were the Days, but with different effects, or am I crazy? No, Stephen, Those Are the Days, a lot of klezmer groups play that tune. And I wouldn't be surprised if, I mean, obviously that tune came later than this, if there was some, not copying, but sometimes these things just stay in the ear. The other thing they have in common is a kind of nostalgia. I mean, Those Were the Days is truly nostalgic. And this tune brings up a lot of nostalgia. Obviously most people haven't had to suffer like that, but it's sort of, brings up that feeling of compassion. And sometimes, compassion for things in the past and for people in the past and for suffering in the past can sort of veer into nostalgia. So there's that too. Connection. Alan asked, straight triplets at end or play with their rhythm too? You can do both, Alan. If it's the very end of the tune, you can certainly make a retard. Or if you're going to go back and repeat from the very beginning, okay, all great questions, great ideas and great sharing. And what I would like to do now is to play through this with a backing track, if we can. And again, I'm going to get my husband here. And I have to say something. I think my part has maybe not quite enough bars in one of the endings, and so the backtrack had to add it to make it fit. So just kind of listen to how I'm playing it and follow along. And I'm going to put this backing track on Facebook, and I'll put the corrected part on it as well, so that you won't get thrown. Okay, so here we go. And then we're going to do the tune we're going to do at the end is A Night in a Garden of Eden, and that'll liven us up. All right, so let's just play it through once. You can play either low register or high register. And I'm going to play on the high register. And this version has 4 bars of a vamp. So I'll count it off. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I hope this goes. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Here we go. here's the chorus. I think somehow I got a beat off. I apologize, I got a beat off. But that's the idea. So I'll clean up the lead sheet to match the proper backing track, and then you'll have it, and then you can play with it. Okay, good. So let's do. No, let's do the chorus. Let's do double B. I want to make sure we have a clean ending with that. Let's do double B, and we'll do it a little bit slower and see if you can really bring in the pleading. Here's double B. And we'll go to the second ending with a retard. 1, 2, 1. Good. I just wanted some completion with that. Yeah, it's a gorgeous accompaniment that you made, Stephen. Simon, thank you so much for doing that. I love that guitar, and I'll clean up the part so it'll fit better. Okay, so we shouldn't end on a sad note. Let's end on a happy note, a night in a Garden of Eden, and we're going to try something different. We're going to try learning it. We just have 10 minutes, 5 minutes or so. And we're going to learn by ear. We're not going to do the whole tune. We're just going to do the first opening couple of phrases. And we're going to learn by ear. And I think it's really, really good for you to learn by ear. It becomes also a way to free yourself from the page. So here we go. Night in a Garden of Eden. I'll just play low. So here we go. Here's how we're going to learn it. This is a whole new thing. In Klez Camp, it was called the ear band, how you learned by ear. So the first thing we have to do is we have to reorient ourselves to this new key. We're in E minor now. So you're just going to play E, F sharp, G, A, B. And for you, Michael, you're going to be D, E, F, G, A. Here we go. So E is our tonic. Now we're going to play B to E, or for you, Michael, A to D. Okay, E is our tonic. And we learn phrase by phrase, and we learn by singing. So I'm going to sing a phrase, and then we're going to sing it a couple of times, and then you're going to play it. So it's yai die die die, yai die die, yai die 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 die. Again, yai die die die, yai die die, yai die 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 die. So if we thinking about notes, it starts on a concert A, which is R, B, and it goes up to E, the tonic, and then it just moves by step. So it's B, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, B, G, F sharp, E, E, F sharp, G, E. Okay, let's sing it again. Yai, die, 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 yai, die, die, yai, die, 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 die. Now let's play it. Starts on B. For you, Michael, concert A. 1 and 2 and 1. Do it again. 1, 2, and 1. B, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E, G, F sharp, E, F sharp, G, E. Okay, one more time. 1 and 2 and 1. Now the next phrase has exactly the same contour, but it starts on a different note and it moves to a different chord, moves to a G chord. That was an E minor chord. Now we're on a G chord and it goes like this. Yai, die, 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 die. Okay, sing it with me. Die, that's our first note. 1 and 2 and 1. Die, 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 die. Again, 1 and 2 and yai, die, 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 die. So, starts on a D and goes to G, and then it moves by step. So here it is, starting on a D. For you, Michael, it's a concert C. 1 and 2 and 1. Okay, D, G, A, B, A, G, B, A, G, A, B, G. Sing it. Yai, die, 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 die. Now play it. 1 and 2 and. So let's play it from the beginning. Starts on B to E and then D to G. 1 and 2 and 1. Okay, now the next phrase is a little bit of an arpeggio. Yai, die, 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 die. Sing it with me. Die, 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 die. Now play it. It's D, G, B, D. For you, Michael, it's C, F, A, C. Die, 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 die. And play it again, starting on D, G, B, D. Now, it moves from there stepwise down. Die, 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 die. Here's our note. We'll sing. Die, 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 die. Again, sing it. Die, 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 die. So, starts on D, or Michael, your concert C, moving down by step in the scale. And now we repeat the G. So it's D, C, B, A, G, G, A, G, F sharp, E. Sing it once more. Yai, die, 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 die. And now we'll play it. last phrase is die, 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 die. Sing it. Die, 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 die. The notes are D. Starts on D. D, D, G, A, D, G, A, G, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, E. Starting on D. The triplets are B, A, G, repeat the G, G, F sharp, E, E. Play the triplets again, starts on B, concert A. So let's try from that little arpeggio. That's all we're going to do. We're going to just try that arpeggio. So from there, D, G, B, D, C, B, 1 and 2 and 1. Now let's try from the beginning. I know it might be a little hard. Let's try singing it first from the beginning, and then we'll play it once, and then we'll be done. So it starts on this note. Yai die 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 yai die die yai die 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 yai die die yai die 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 yai die 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 die. Let's try it. Starts on a concert A, R, B. 1, 2, and 1. One more time. This time I'm going to play in the high register. 1 and 2 and... Okay. All right. Good. So that's just a little taste of learning by ear. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I was thinking if we do a Zoom thing in August, we could do a tune by ear like that. You know, a very, very simple stepwise tune. And, you know, and it might be kind of fun, might be kind of cool. And I think I have to say learning tunes by ear helped me tremendously. It helped my classical playing. So even if you're a classical player, it could really help your classical playing. And it's easier than you think. Okay, good, good. More by ear. Good, good. Okay, so let me just make sure I don't have any, no, I don't have any announcements. Thank you, everybody. I will check out the Facebook page for sure, and I will, Simon and I will work out the backing track and the music, and then you'll have a great tune. And I promise we'll do a much more upbeat tune next time. Okay. Yes, that is the way they did it in the old country. Okay, everybody. Have a great couple of weeks. Bye-bye. Yes, Alan, I feel the same way. It would have helped me a lot. I think I would have progressed a lot quicker if I had learned by ear sooner in my life. You're very welcome, Mary Rose. Yes, Michael, you would be in D minor, D minor. So you would have D, E, F naturals. Okay. Oh, it's not so hard, Alan. You can do it. I know you can do it. No, Michael, we can't play on Zoom together. So it would just be, us playing separately, or me playing and you guys having your mics off. And then, I mean, it would be similar, but we would be able to see each other. PG Shalom? What is PG Shalom, Alan? I don't know. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, everyone. Bye bye.